Hey everybody, Musashi here. Welcome back to another episode of Shining Force. As you will remember, in the last one, we finally finished off the fight in Demon Castle against Musashi, grabbed the Sword of Light, and made our way to Prompt here. But upon talking to the villagers here, most of them seem to be somewhat kind of dumbfounded or clueless as to what we're referring to, as I'll show you talking to another one yet again here. School is good, they say, but you can't prove it by me. The nuns that run the school and the children there aren't an example. But come here and talk to this guy, he'll be another good example. Who's just thinking is boring? I think about dinner all the time. Alright, so what you want to do is head all the way down until you see a building with a guard and a busted wall. You'll notice that there is a little piece of paper on this wall here, but there's nothing we can do. If you hit talk, there's nothing there, and if you hit search, there's nothing there at the moment. It's just kind of a placeholder for the moment until an event that pops up a little bit later on during the town here. And we'll talk to these couple of guards down here to show you just how kind of stupid and weird it seems that this is Prompt. Have they posted the lunch menu yet? I can't wait. Alright, so this isn't the building, but just talk to the guard here. Shining Path, maybe the king knows about it. Okay, so as I said, you want to head down all the way until you see a building with a guard in front of it and a busted wall. Ancients, who are they? A group of minstrels? Alright, I think last time we actually talked to that guy before. Okay, gonna avoid talking to that guard. So just keep heading down as we haven't seen that building yet. That's the way out of town. And as you'll notice, there's a guard right there blocking our way from leaving the town this way. And there's no other way to leave Prompt at the moment, so this is the building I'm referring to. Busted wall right here, as you can see, and there's a guard in front of it right here. Let's come in here and talk to this guy in the room with all the books. Shining Path there, are you sure you want to know about that? Yes, we are sure. The king might know something about it, he's always reading old books. Okay, so let's talk to this guy. Welcome, visitors. All our visitors are always welcome. So let's talk to this guard here in front of this building. This is Prompt Castle. Lovely, isn't it? Are you sure this is the castle? I say what you want to do is head down the stairs here. And so you head down those stairs to reach the castle there. And just keep going down at the moment, as there's nothing else you can do. And now we can finally go elsewhere. And when you come to this room here, where you see these stairs going up on a raised area, these stairs will take you up to the king when you go up them right there. Now this doesn't even start how you think it would when you go up there and talk to him. But first, let's kind of wander around here a little bit and just explore this area outside around the throne room before we head up there. And talk to some people here. Oh, I'm just resting, nothing to see down here. Why don't you go upstairs? Alright, so ultimately you do actually want to go upstairs to the throne room and talk to the king, though. So that is what we're going to do now. But like I had said, you know, be prepared, because this doesn't go at all like you think it's going to. Oh, I forgot you can head down this way, so let's do that. And then you can head up into this room and talk to this guy. Sorry, no time for idle chatter. And there's a little child here. Be quiet, please. Someone's very sick in the castle. And you head up right there, and this is kind of like a dungeon cell. Alright, kid, I kind of need you to move a little bit so I can get past you and back inside here. So now, we're going to head up this raised area, past the stairs here, like we said, to the throne room, and move up here to the king, And like I had said a couple of times now, this is not actually going to go at all the way you think it would. So come up here and talk to the king. What brings you to prompt? Ancients, Dark Dragon? What is this nonsense? You are a spy, aren't you? Sent by our enemies to find our weaknesses. Answer me, And right here, regardless what you answer him, it doesn't matter, you'll be thrown into the jail either way. I'm gonna say no just for the sake of being true to the fact that you're not spies in the story. You're lying, we know how to deal with spies. Guard, toss him in prison. So yeah. Even if you answer no there, he still tosses you in prison saying that you're a spy. So then what happens after you get tossed into the jail is like when Chris joined, is you search the door up here. Oop, nope, wrong option there. Search. That has the thick bars seem unbreakable, and the little traveler that we've come across throughout our travels comes down here and tells you, okay, now I'm really lost. Hey, hero, what's up? Don't worry, I'll let you out. And he opens the door for you. So then you walk out and talk to him again. Hero, I think I'm going to stop wandering around and settle down. Maybe in war. I'll see ya. And then he leaves so you can exit out of the castle there, or, well, not out of the castle, but out of the prison cell. And then you're able to come back around into the king's room here. King Kasuku, a message from those who left for the Tower of the Ancients. Aleph and Tarasu say Dark Soul seems unbeatable. They cannot hold out for long. Okay, you want to keep those two names that you just heard in mind for a while, because we'll be running across those characters in the next couple of fights to come up here shortly. Aleph and Tarasu. So what you want to do after hearing that is to come back around here and talk to the king again. You heard the report, I assume. The Tower of Ancients is east of here. When I heard Dark Soul was there, I sent troops to stop him. He is trying to raise the Castle of the Ancients from beneath the sea. He must be stopped before he awakens Dark Dragon. Since my troops have failed, it's all up to you now, hero. What happened to your holding off on not knowing anything and calling us spies? And not believing that we're the shining force there, King. You're kind of being a bit two-faced at the moment. Alright, so after he finally gives in and agrees to let you help and asks you to help him save Aleph and Tarasu at the Tower of the Ancients, what you want to do then is I'm pretty sure what you want to do is come back outside of the castle here, so go back out the way you came in, climbing the stairs in this tower here to the surface. I think right over here they actually talk to this guy while he let us oh, okay, nope, he won't let us leave just yet. Okay, so yeah, sorry, just checking my notes a little bit while trying to keep the pauses in between the action down to a minimum and keep them from being too long. Okay, so let's see, it says here, you hear him talk about those two people, keep them in mind for now. I think this guy here mentions it. Okay, no, it might be this guy. I hear mention of the Tower of the Ancients and two people named Aleph and Tarasu. Keep those couple in mind. For now, we'll see why when we walk around and talk to King again. Alright, so basically it seems like the king wants us to get some rest at the moment. Alright, so I'm gonna head down here. Alright, that guy, at the moment, is not saying too much of anything important yet. Sorry, I just kind of lost with my notes trying to figure out what needs to be done. I know we're wasting a little bit of time. I might just cut this out. Alright, so I guess we're just actually going to be heading back out to the town and staying at the inn for the moment. So let's just do that. We're gonna walk back outside of the castle here. See if we can read that slip of paper now that's on the side of the one building. So you're just gonna walk up to it and search. Yep, words are carved in. And after you talk to the king and go through the event where you're thrown in prison there for the moment, and the one traveler rescues you and you talk to the king again, and he asks you to help him, you can actually come back out here and actually read the message on the wall this time. And when you search it, it says, "Words are carved into the wall. I am Musashi the samurai. I have come to join the fight against evil. I await at headquarters." And you don't actually get a join message for Musashi. He's just waiting in headquarters, like he says. So if you come down here, he's already in here. And he is right here. This is Musashi. You know, sorry, I must have dozed off. Did I miss anything important? So I actually, off-screen, compared Ernest and Balbaroy, who I'm going to be switching out for my last two permanent party members, and determined which one has more value in battle at the moment. And sorry to say that Balbaroy, although is a little faster defensively and offensively, he's weaker than Ernest is. So Balbaroy is actually going to be sitting out from here on out in place of Musashi. As Musashi is the next permanent party member I had been waiting for up until this point. So we're going to talk to Nova here, say join, and I am going to put in Musashi. And we are going to tell him that he's going to switch out with Balbaroy. And I will show off something here. Alright, where are you, Musashi? Musashi uses a sword called the katana, and no one else in the game that uses a sword can use this sword, so he uses a very specific weapon that no one else can use. And he doesn't get promoted, but he is not a joke character. He is actually very powerful and really strong. And in speaking, I do have an item I want to give to him that will be a pretty decent help. That's sitting on one of my characters that I am not using, the mobility ring. I am going to pass that to him and equip it right now. Alright, there we go. So Musashi now has the mobility ring equipped to help him move a little bit further each turn. So now that we got all that out of the way, I have Musashi recruited, and I have the mobility ring equipped on him. I'm going to save. And then we're going to continue. Alright, so give me a second here to look through some stuff. Alright, so now after going through all of that, it looks like, according to my notes, we should be able to just leave. Okay, there's something I'm forgetting to do here. Okay, the castle used to stand on level ground, but years passed and it sank down. Step right in, visitors are always welcome. Okay, so... I know what needs to be done down here, and I'm just not quite sure why the heck the event isn't triggering, so... Let's see if we can get this figured out. Alright, so there's a person that's been sitting in here, and as you recall, that little child actually said there's someone in the castle here that's very sick. And that is the person that I'm referring to. It's just a matter of getting this event to trigger with that person. Ah, okay, I have to listen to these two. I get you. Our records say that the ancients used flying machines to cross the sea in minutes. So I should have probably talked to these two elders before I went and talked to the king, but, to each their own. The ancients had amazing powers, but Dark Dragon nearly destroyed them. After a long struggle that ravaged all of Rune, Dark Dragon was defeated. The ancients placed him in their castle and sank it beneath the sea. But what could we do against Dark Dragon if he got loose now? Alright, so let's head out this way. I just want to check this little excavated looking area one last time. Make sure there wasn't something I'm overlooking. We'll talk to this maid one more time. Alright, it doesn't look like those two are going to say anything new. Here and talk to you. The manual of the seal holds many secrets. The way to rouse Dark Dragon, of course, but the way to renew the seal is also contained within the manual's pages. Also, there is a robot that can be activated with the help of the manual. Alright, there's the robot that was mentioned in my notes. Well, not the robot himself, but in my notes it mentions that one of the NPCs here will talk about a robot. Ultimately, if I recall what we have to do... Yep, it's come down right here. Sorry this took so long. It's Kane! Recovering from his battle against Darksoul. His name is Kane. Someone found him seriously injured. When Kane recovers his strength, you two can talk. Just be patient. Alright. Please, King Kusuku, let Hiro go to the Tower of the Ancients. Rest, Kane. There will be time to talk later. I owe Hiro a great deal. Please, let him go. Kane passes out. I give in, Hiro. You have my permission to enter the Tower of Ancients. Okay, so yeah, I actually didn't have the area of the castle that Kane was sitting in marked on my notes, so that was why it took me so long to actually find him. But I wouldn't have actually started the fight in this video anyway, so don't worry too much about that. We covered pretty much everything I wanted to do anyway, regardless of taking a bit of extra time to locate Kane and get the path outside of the town opened up. Alright, so let's try to talk to him again, and he's already back to sleep. And as we notice, from his headshot there, he's actually kind of bleeding from his head. So let's see if the king says anything new after that. I know he just says that he gives in and he gives us permission again. So now, after finding Kane, we're able to actually leave this town and head over to the Tower of Ancients, which is our next destination, to help rescue Alif and Tarasu from Dark Soul before he kills them. And now, as you can see, that guard has moved out of the way so you can exit that bridge. And ultimately, the only thing that would have been different is that, as opposed to grabbing Musashi before talking to Kane there, I would have talked to Kane before leaving the castle, and then when I exited the castle, I would have already been... Then when I exited the castle the first time, we would have already been able to leave and go into the next fight, heading over to the Tower of Ancients, and grab Musashi in that same go, as opposed to having to head back into the castle after reading Musashi's note and talking to Kane to open up the way out. But it still worked out in the end, you know. We didn't take too long to get to him, and we're still within about 20 minutes. Slightly a couple minutes over at this point, but I am ending the video off here, guys. So in the next video, we will actually leave the town of Promptier, as you saw there after learning about everything going on and having Kane vouch for us. Everyone stopped feigning being stupid and not realizing what was going on and started telling us about everything that was happening. And Prompt started actually living up to its name. So when we get into the next video, we will actually leave this town of the town of Promptier and head into our next fight on our way towards the Tower of Ancients. And hopefully we can get to it before Aleph and Tarasu get killed by Dark Soul and rescue them and see what's been going on. So until then, everybody, remember to subscribe, like, and leave a message if you want. Goodbye.